strength training while away from your usual exercise environment, try this squat, push, lunge, pull routine for 100 repetitions each one, broken into sets of 50 repetitions each. Take the first few minutes to prepare the body for the exercise you're going to do. Start with some knee lifts, pulling the knee to your chest, marching on a spot. Grab the opposite foot behind you, pulling the knee back. Keep your upper body upright to feel the stretch in the front of thigh. Place one foot slightly in front, toes up. Reach the opposite hand past your ankle to feel a stretch in the back of thigh. Start off with a gentle pressure, gradually increasing the intensity of the stretch, giving it time to warm up. Now grab the ankle with the opposite hand, lifting the lower leg parallel to the floor, towards your chest. Next, move on to the mat. A push-ups position below your hips to the mat, chest up, shoulders back, and sit back onto your feet, upper body low. Move forwards, hips down, chest up, sit back, upper body low, stretch your shoulders. You're warming up, so keep a fairly brisk tempo to the stretches. Now grab an exercise band, medium resistance, take a shoulder width and a half, grip, and swing your arms round, looking straight ahead, using momentum to twist your torso. Everything moves except your head and your feet. Allow your hips to twist slightly, your knees, your shoulders, everything can move, except your head and feet. Next, take a deep breath in as you lift the elastic up in front of you and pull down to squeeze your shoulder blades together. Breathe in as you lift, breathe out as you pull behind, breathe in as you lift, out on the way down, in on the way up, out as you squeeze behind, in as you lift. Breathe in timing with your movements. Now keep one arm down beside you and the other arm takes the elastic around the shoulder, straightening both arms with the elastic behind you. Alternate the side that you lead with. Get a few each side. Allow everything to move again. Your neck can move, your shoulders, your spine. Slight rotation is okay. Next, back to the mat. Crawl your hands forwards, big step forwards and stand up. Use a squat to get down again, step back and walk your hands back to standing. So it's a squat to reach for the mat, walk your hands forwards and stand up in front. Hands down, step back and walk your hands back to stand up at the back of the mat again. You want big movements in each of these limbering up exercises. Great, we'll move on to the first exercise. First, grab one of those elastics, fold it halfway, and you're going to place the elastic just under your heels. This will lift your heels an inch or two, pushing you slightly forwards. So as you're squatting, you're keeping your body weight over your toes as much as possible. Allow the knees to move over your toes to get the front of thigh doing the work as much as possible. You're aiming for 50 repetitions. No pause at the bottom, and don't straighten the knees at the top. Try and move in the middle 90%. Slow, controlled. Keep tension on the muscle by moving in the middle 90%, never hitting the ends of the movement. You want to keep leaning slightly forwards to keep your body weight over your toes to encourage the front of thigh to do the work. Keep building up a burn in the thigh muscle. Work some fatigue into front of thigh muscle. Great, next. You're going to move into a push-up, but keep your knees on the ground. The idea is to get lots of repetitions, exhaust the muscles. Keep a straight line between your knees, hips and shoulders. Breathe in as you lower your chest towards the floor. Breathe out as you push. Again, staying in the middle 90%. You don't rest your upper body on the floor, but you don't lock out your elbows either. Breathe in on the way down, breathe out as you push. You should start feeling some fatigue in your arms, chest and shoulders. Try to push through that fatigue, push through that strain, that struggle. Breathe in on the way down, breathe out as you push. Great, moving on to the next, a lunge. Have the mat behind you, you're going to take a lunge back, knee towards the mat, push the heel into the ground to stand up. Palm down where the foot was. You're aiming for 90-degree bend in your knees. You're leaning forwards to reach the floor to keep most of your body weight over your front leg. Your front leg should do most of the work. Heel into the ground to stand up. That'll encourage buttock and back of thigh to do the work to stand up again. A lunge back, leaning over the front foot, heel into the ground to stand you up again. Pushing through the heel will make it easier for you to access the buttock and back thigh to do the work, but you still have to consciously activate the muscle, consciously work the muscle to stand you up. Again, keep breathing with your movements. Breathe in on the way down, breathe out as you push. Breathe out on a big effort. If you feel your front of thigh burning, try stick your bottom out a little bit more on the way down and push through the heel to get up again. All to encourage the back of thigh and buttock to do as much of the work as possible. Constant, steady pace. Try to keep moving. Next, you're going to take a seat on the mat, grab that elastic again, and loop it around your feet. You slouch as you're reaching forwards, you straighten your posture as you pull back. Slouch as you reach forwards, regain your posture as you pull. Never leaning back. You don't want to lean back as you pull, you're just straightening your posture. Usually you breathe out on the big effort, but for this one you're opening up area in front of your chest, so take a deep breath in as you pull, breathe out on the way forward. Breathe in as you pull, breathe out on the way forwards. You're pulling your shoulders back to squeeze your shoulder blades together, elbows tucked in, squeeze your lats, and turn your palms up, point your thumbs out to squeeze your biceps. Get as many of the pulling muscles as possible doing the work. Try to clench the muscles more than you need to for the exercise. The idea is to get strain and fatigue into the muscle. Always watching the horizon. Keep your chin up, look straight ahead. As you get tired, you'll want to push your head forwards. Try not to. Try to keep your ears directly above your shoulders. Lift your chest as you pull. Great, that's round one. Take a little pause, a sip of water, and we'll come back for a second round. Slightly different technique for each of the exercises. Okay, so back to the first exercise, you're going to do a squat. This time, have half of your body weight over your heels. Keep your foot flat on the floor, a comfortable stance, and squat as low as you can. Look for depth. You want to use as many of the muscles as possible in your legs. Mostly front of thigh will get tired. But keep your body weight evenly distributed over your front and back of foot. And try to keep moving in the middle 90%. Reach your arms out in front as you squat to keep your balance. Helps keep your back straight, looking straight ahead. Again, you shouldn't go to your maximum bend of your knee, but you shouldn't either straighten the knee at the top. Work in the middle 90% and keep moving to fatigue the muscle, to build up a burn in those muscles. As the muscles start to fatigue, start to get tired, try to keep moving through it a little bit longer. 50 repetitions, the first 10, 20, maybe 30, don't really give you much benefit. It's only the 30 to 40, 40 to 50 when you start to struggle with the exercise that you start to provoke some strength gains, a bit of stamina, increasing the metabolism in the muscle. Do your best to try to keep moving. Okay, a couple deep breaths. Then you're back down to the mat. This time, have your knees off the ground to begin with.
Start with your knees off the floor.
When you need to, you can drop your knees to the mat, but try to start as many as you can with your knees off the ground. Lower yourself down to a plank on your forearms, one arm at a time, and then use that arm to get you back up to a push-up position. Down to a plank, back up to a push-up position. alternate the arm that you're leading with. So if it's left arm down, left arm up, right arm down, right arm up. Keep your abs tight, hips as still as you can. Try not to tilt side to side. Brace your abdominals to keep your torso as still as possible. Stiffen your torso to make the arms do as much of the work as possible. You don't want to rock side to side to make it easier. Keep pressure on the muscles. Keep pressure on your arms. As you start to fatigue, push through a few extra, a few more, and then when you need to, just lower the knees to the ground. Knees, hips, shoulders in a straight line and keep moving. Don't take a pause to catch your breath, just try to keep moving. Alternating, lead with the left, next one, lead with the right. Work up to the full 50, as much as you can. Keep yourself in that point of fatigue. Keep yourself in that state of fatigue and tiredness. Force the muscles to work a little bit beyond what they're comfortable with. Maintain the same consistent tempo as much as possible. Of course, it gets harder and harder the longer you go. Just try to keep moving. Awesome. Next you stand, you're into the lunge. Slightly different this time. Instead of lunging back, you're going to lunge forwards. Placing your foot in front so you get 90-degree bends in your knees. Land mostly through your heel. Catch your body weight halfway down, reaching the opposite hand to your ankle. Catching yourself halfway down, the buttocks and back of thighs should absorb all the pressure as you land. So slightly delaying the absorption of your weight onto your leg. Put most of the pressure, as much of the pressure through the heel of your front foot as it lands. Land softly. Same steady tempo. Keep moving. Next, we're onto the mat for the last pull exercise. Again, you're wrapping the elastic around your feet, except this time, just one of the loops, one of the sides of the elastic. You're not doubling up. You're going to pull with one arm from a slouching position, same angle, turn thumb out to clench the bicep, slouch to change hands. You pull with one arm, but both shoulders back. Slouch to change hands, pull with one arm, but both shoulders back. Again, slouch to change hands and straighten your posture as you pull. Squeeze shoulder blades back for your upper back muscles. Tuck the elbow in for your lats around your shoulder blade. Turn the thumb out, palm up to engage the bicep as much as possible. If you find the elastic slipping through your hands, just tie a knot around where you grab the elastic. Keep moving, hold on to that knot, grab that knot and pull back, same action. Keep that same tempo throughout the whole set. Keep your form. Slouch, shoulder back, elbow back, thumb out. Slouch to change hands, shoulder back, elbow back, thumb out. Make sure you engage all the pulling muscles. You're straightening your posture, not leaning back. Try to keep looking straight ahead. Watch your horizon. Great if you feel a slight stretch in the back of thigh as you straighten your posture on your pull. The same consistent tempo. Keep moving. Shoulders back to engage your upper back. Elbows squeeze into your side to engage your lats. Palm up to engage your bicep. Great work, that's the pull of your squat push lunge pull. We'll come back after a sip of water for a quick stretch cool down. Let's get a little bit of the tightness out of the muscles. First take a seat on the mat, legs stretched out. Bend one knee as you reach the ankle of your straight leg. Deep breath in as you change, breathe out as you reach forwards. Breathe in as you change, breathe out as you reach forwards. You can keep a slight bend in the knee, a soft knee as you reach the ankle. Completely locked out knee and you might feel the back of knee stretching with the tendons and ligaments in the back of the knee. Keep a soft knee to stretch the bulk of the hamstring muscle. Breathe out as you reach forwards. Next, take a kneeling position. Place one foot in front. Clench the buttock as you lean your hips forwards to feel the front of thigh stretch. Stay very upright, shoulders above hips, knee forwards over your ankle. Push the heel of the front foot into the floor to encourage more hip forwards. Clench the buttock, hips forwards, chest up as you stretch the front of thigh on your back leg. Keep marching, heel into the ground to pull your hips forwards. Next, take a seat on the mat again. Have your knees bent about 90 degrees, feet wide. Turn slightly to one side, a 90-degree bend on each knee, and lean forwards towards your calf muscle. One hand behind you, one hand on your foot to help push your chest towards your calf muscle. Deep breath out as you lean towards the calf muscle to allow a little more freedom of movement. Next, take grip of that elastic. You're going to be on hands and knees. Place your hands in the elastic and rotate your arms around so the elastic goes around your upper back or middle back. Take a deep breath in as you reach one hand to the sky. Allow the elastic to help you stretch a little further. Your aim is to open up the chest as far as you can. Feel the stretch across your chest, your arms and your shoulders. Deep breath in as you point to the sky and a little bit beyond if you can. Twist the torso as you point to the sky. Deep breath in as you reach up. Next, throw away the elastic. Place one arm palm up in front of you, the other hand holds the wrist down, and then sit back towards your feet, keeping that arm in front of you. You shouldn't be able to get your bottom to your heels. You're aiming to stretch the arm or stretch the shoulder of the arm that's underneath. Okay, we're back to the elastic. We can stand up for this next one. Take a really deep squat, move around a little bit, get comfortable, perhaps push a knee out. Get your knees wide. Take a deep breath in as you stand up, reach the arms back as far as you can, stretching your chest and shoulders. Another squat. Get the knees wide, heels on the ground. Only squat as deep as you can keep your heels on the ground for. Then deep breath in as you stand up, lift up and back behind you. Get comfortable with your squat. Get knees out, get your knees wide. Give your inner thigh, inner hip a bit of a stretch. So you stand, deep breath in as you reach your arms up and behind you. Great work. Take a rest. See you next time.